Hello, welcome to The Intersect, where academia, industry, and the DoD meet. I'm Matthew Butkovic. Today I'm joined by my colleague, Mike Mattarock. Mike, thanks for being here. This afternoon we're going to discuss the work of the AI division and roles that are currently available in the AI division. So let me just start with a basic question for you. The AI division, I think it's in the name, so certainly focused on artificial intelligence. Could you describe the mission and maybe the project set in the AI division?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's hard not to encounter artificial intelligence in a discussion nowadays, right? Pretty much everything from an organization's strategic plan to a project's tactical mission outline is going to be focusing in some capacity on artificial intelligence. And while I think the term has definitely become common in our vernacular, to many, the discipline's still very much an enigma and trying to figure that out. And so our work really centers along a variety of different maturity levels, everywhere from initial exploration of evolving technologies for what we would call digital transformation, really to start initiating and thinking about how capabilities could shape the warfighter across our mission partners, to more the application of those technologies and looking at how different artificial intelligence components go into wider weapons platforms and systems and are able to translate those technologies into capabilities. And then finally, I would say that highest level of maturity, if you will, engineering sustainable artificial intelligence solutions is where we strive to get to, and really building a discipline where artificial intelligence isn't just a standalone idea or technology, but rather incorporated across other programs, thinking about cybersecurity and software solution development, as well as other aspects across platforms.
Thanks, Mike. So it sounds like the AI division works on sort of a spectrum of AI concerns, from researching kind of new and novel through sustaining fielded systems. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's very fair. You know, we're helping a lot of customers right now at that initiation, really ideation, trying to figure out how to understand core concepts, all the way through thinking about some of the more complex solutions to problems. So that might include, you know, at one end of the spectrum, more of the training, getting your workforce equipped to be digitally smart, and thinking about some of the tenets that are required for infrastructure in a digital environment, all the way to some of the more advanced concepts like uncertainty quantification and adversarial machine learning that we're hard at work right now, trying to strengthen our national security and continue to combat adversarial threat in those areas.
Yeah, no question that artificial intelligence, machine learning is kind of transforming, well, just about everything, right? From the way we shop and the way we consume media to the warfighter. And being a federally funded research and development center, right, the warfighter is front of mind for us.
Absolutely.
Maybe speak to the partner set that we have in exploring these topics here.
Yeah, we have a number of different partners right now, and we're always looking to grow those partnerships for sure across the Department of Defense and the intelligence community. You know, everybody has a different state of maturity right now for how we can help and how we can support them. But you know, one theme is consistent throughout. We serve as the objective advisor in these areas, and that's one of the things that initially attracted me to the Software Engineering Institute and being a part of this team. You know, we don't have a particular service or product that we're trying to sell. We have the government's interest top of mind, and we're looking to, you know, really push the discipline of artificial intelligence forward and figure out how we can, you know, use technology to solve some of the most complex problems that we have, while also looking for a diverse partner set that we can work with across different environments, different agencies. And I think also one of the areas that's unique for us is that we really look at more of that collaborative effort. You know, how can we not just take what we know here in the academic environment, but also in industry, and capture those best practices and deliver them and ensure that value is consistently being made for our warfighter across their different efforts and projects.
Thanks. So CMU is known for interdisciplinary endeavors, right, in AI, and is certainly one of those. And that means bringing folks in from a variety of backgrounds. I was hoping you'd share a little about your background and your path to working at the SEI.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm pretty new to the team, just in the last 2 months. It's nice to be back in Pittsburgh and part of the Software Engineering Institute. What attracted me, most of my career I've spent supporting the warfighter and more of that objective advisor capacity. So, not necessarily being tied to a specific solution, but rather bringing analysis and objectivity and being able to make good decisions, really sitting at the intersection of business and technology. And so I had some encounter with the SEI on some trade studies that I had led, and I was pretty quickly impressed with just the expertise that was able to be delivered. In that sense, it was from the cybersecurity CERT division, and as well as just how consistent the individuals that supported our effort were dedicated to government mission and objectivity. It was in many instances hard to tell who was an SEIer from who government leadership was, because the mission was so important to them and prioritized that way. And so having the opportunity to join the AI division, we're a newer organization or newer division within the SEI, be about a year, I think this summer. And it's nice to just watch us grow and continue to be in a place where things are constantly changing. But at the same time, bringing some discipline, to what could sometimes be a little bit chaotic, for sure.
Well, thanks. So you mentioned other divisions here within the SEI. So, in the spirit of the interdisciplinary approach, as we all know, we have a unit focused on cybersecurity, the CERT division. We have a unit focused on software engineering, right, software solutions division, and now we have a division focused on AI, the AI division. Can you maybe speak to the interplay between those? Meaning, how do they collaborate? Is there overlap in the work in sort of a collaborative way that allows for the cross-pollination of ideas?
Yeah, that's a really good point, Matt. When I think about our offering and the value proposition that we bring to our customers, when a mission partner reaches out to us, not only are they getting that expertise within the AI division, but we also have the full reach to the #1 university in the country for AI, Carnegie Mellon. And being able to have access to that kind of expertise, coupled with the expertise in the CERT division and the SSD division, is really unparalleled. I don't think that we would ever advocate that artificial intelligence exists in any kind of vacuum or silo, right? And arguably, a lot of our projects, and increasingly more, are collaborative efforts with the CERT division and SSD. And so we want to be able to think about how we can incorporate AI into our software engineering, into that development. Obviously, cybersecurity has to be a big part of that. I think some of the efforts that we have underway right now, when I think about adversarial machine learning, we have to be cognizant of the cybersecurity implications there and collaborate with those folks. And I think what we found is it's very much a bi-directional relationship. We're able to get as much of the cybersecurity best practices within our AI work as the cyber experts are able to learn from the capabilities of artificial intelligence. And so those kinds of synergies are really great. And I think that's what keeps us competitive, as well as keeping a creativity and innovation to the work that we do, because we have so much diversity of perspective. And I think that really just makes us create stronger products, stronger prototypes, and better research for our mission partners.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. I can tell you that my team has benefited, my team at CERT, from having the opportunity to collaborate with SSD and Software Solution Division, and also the AI division. So I do think that's a really important aspect of working here at the SEI. And we'll talk about roles in just a minute. But I think one of the things that I want folks to know is that if you're working in the AI division or the CERT division or Software Solutions division, you can find outlets in those other areas typically, meaning that you're not pigeonholed in any sort of one topic perpetually here. And I think that's one of the things that attracted me most to the mission of the SEI was that we have this very important national security mission and the ability to deliver on that obligation in a variety of ways. So the intellectual freedom here, I think, is different than certainly other jobs I had when I was in industry.
For sure. For sure. I don't think that this is an environment where you're going to come and just have a series of projects, really thrown at you, and you have to, decide how long you want to stay. I think that there's enough work here that it's consistently refreshed. You really get to explore where your interest areas are and dive into some of the most complex problem solving that faces our nation, which is really, I think, what wakes me up in the morning.
Absolutely.
And many others on our team.
That's what keeps it exciting for us, right?
Absolutely.
Mike, with this growth that you've had, there's a need to add resources. Can you give me an idea of what the typical profile looks like for someone that joins the AI division? What's their educational background or their experience?
Yeah, we've had some significant growth for sure, and all signs point that that's going to continue to be the case for quite some time. And we're definitely in need of new team members. Some of our most important roles right now are technical directors that we have, both for our AI engineering space as well as AI for mission. But it's a little hard to answer your question, Matt, to be honest with you. I think about our current team and the backgrounds that we have. Definitely a lot of engineering backgrounds that come, because that's very advantageous as we're trying to figure out all of the implications and capabilities of AI. But we also have other maybe more non-traditional backgrounds that you might not think about as much in the areas of really understanding psychology, philosophy, and education. So thinking about digital transformation, for instance, and some of the training components that are required there as we start thinking about the workforce that we're going to need in the next coming years, for sure, as we start to pivot away from analog processes and technologies and embrace more of a digital environment. Those skill sets are needed in our team. Additionally, in the philosophy and psychology spaces, as we start thinking about responsible AI, there are a lot of ethic considerations that we have to have. We also have to think about how do we build trust with machines. In some ways, we kind of think about starting a new job, right? And you meet new colleagues and team members, and there's a period where you're building trust with that person or those members of your team. The same is true as we start to look at human-machine teaming. We have to ensure that we're understanding how we as human beings think about building that trust and calculating risk with the machines that we're going to embrace to do our jobs and to support the mission.
So there's a wide spectrum of things that you do, right?
For sure.
And a wide spectrum of skills and experiences that are needed to do those things. You mentioned two roles by title. So that was the technical director of AI engineering.
Correct.
And the technical director of AI for mission. Could you maybe describe what those roles are?
Both those roles are part of our leadership team within the AI division. The technical director for AI engineering is largely focused with cultivating the emergent discipline of artificial intelligence across the team. Definitely a large people management aspect, mentoring our more junior resources, also helping to coach our senior resources as well as we build out the artificial intelligence discipline. And contributing to ongoing projects across our mission partner space. The technical director for AI for mission, charged with really understanding the mission space, how we can apply evolving technologies to different mission domains, and understanding how those technologies work across the Department of Defense. So definitely someone with a strong background in different operations and managements within the DoD and in the intelligence community, as well as contributing to people management and our overall leadership team.
Could you describe other roles, maybe more junior roles that are available?
Yeah. We also, in addition to those roles, we do have infrastructure engineer opportunities that are available, network engineer opportunities, and then human design, and really understanding human-computer interaction. Our user design roles are very important as well within digital transformation as we start thinking about, what does that interaction look like and how can we build upon that. I think one thing that is a really unique opportunity as well across all of these roles, whether junior or senior, is the ability to start making artificial intelligence more of a discipline. Right now it's an emergent discipline, and what that's going to look like across disciplines. So you mentioned some of the more traditional engineering fields we'd think about, like EE and computer engineering, industrial engineering as well for that matter. I think what we're going to continue to see is this integration of artificial intelligence across those disciplines, because it's not going to be able to be something that stands alone in a silo, but becomes an important part of all engineering disciplines. And so the opportunities that we have, whether junior or senior, have a chance to really be able to build that discipline, AI engineering, and be part of changing the way that the world, I think, in many ways thinks about AI, as well as embraces it within their mission spaces.
So if folks are interested in any of the roles that Mike's described, or interested in general about roles at the SEI, please do visit our website. And you are looking for people right now. So this is a fairly timely conversation.
That's correct, Matt. We are actively interviewing for those positions that are advertised. And I would say if anybody is interested in joining our team and they see a position maybe that is not advertised, to please still reach out, because we're constantly growing and looking for great talent to help build this team and support the warfighter. So definitely keep an eye out on our website and feel free to reach out.
Great. One of the things that I really enjoy about working here at the SEI is that the opportunity isn't just to do great work with interesting customers. It's also to amplify our message. And that means writing about the things that we do. It means presenting about the things we do, teaching courses about the things we do. Can you speak to the full complement of opportunities you'd have as a member of staff here?
Yeah, it really is tremendous, because in addition to what you have in your normal support, maybe as a DoD contractor or as a government civilian, you really have the infrastructure and environment of academia. So we're very much encouraged across the team to publish, to do research that's going to investigate new areas and be that voice that's out there, whether that's in a journal that's relevant to the topic at hand. We maintain our own blog space that I'd encourage anybody that's interested in AI to really check out.
Great point.
We keep that updated pretty timely. And definitely a shameless plug there on just the AI discipline as well. We have a lot of principles that we're gathering. But, additionally, the ability to teach a class. If there's something that you're really passionate about, there are opportunities to do that. I think just interacting with different folks on campus, that's something that I've found to be pretty tremendous. Whether you're just walking in the quad and you encounter the dean for the College of Engineering and you strike up a conversation, or working out at one of our really nice rec centers and running into a grad student that's focusing on uncertainty quantification. It's really nice to be part of an ecosystem that you have that kind of ability and that kind of collaboration so close by.
And we should also explain to the audience that we have multiple locations. So the center of gravity is obviously Pittsburgh, right, Carnegie Mellon University, but we also have offices in Arlington, Virginia.
Correct.
Maybe speak about the opportunity to work in the DC area in these roles.
Yeah, in addition to our primary hub here in Pittsburgh, we do have the office in Arlington, like you mentioned. We have a couple satellite offices throughout the country as well, in LA and San Antonio. I think one of the things that we've recognized within the pandemic is that remote work is likely a part of our ecosystem going forward, and just what we're going to have. So that's something that we're open to and looking at as well. But I think continuing to establish a strong presence here in Pittsburgh, obviously, DC, the DC area is always a large center of our customer base and our mission support. So those areas will continue to grow for sure. We're pretty open to that.
Okay.
When we look at these roles, if a candidate wants to be based in the Washington, D.C. area or in Pittsburgh, I believe all of our positions currently list both for those positions and have that kind of flexibility.
Well, excellent. So, Mike, a question. If someone's watching this and they're not currently working in AI but have an interest in AI, what's one thing you'd suggest they do to sort of learn more about the field or sort of prepare themselves to enter the field?
I would say just trying to identify as many different resources as possible, just to research, read, watch. I don't think there's really anything bad, for lack of a better description, that you can do just to be a part of gaining that fluency with something that is definitely here to stay as we think about the world changing across industry, but for sure within our mission partner space. Definitely something that we have to continue to advance to combat adversarial threat and to be competitive for national security. I would say, selfishly, within the SEI, we have some great blog posts I mentioned, some good webinars that are out there. We recently hosted an event, an AI symposium, that I believe is made public, so folks can check that out through our website.
Okay.
And I think all of those sources really help.
Well, excellent. Well, Mike, you've convinced me, right? This is a great place to work on something that's transforming just about every aspect of our life, or will be in the future.
So, are you willing to leave CERT and come to the AI division?
I don't know if I'm qualified, right? But certainly, I look forward to additional collaboration with the AI division. So, thanks for your time today, Mike. I really appreciate it. If you are interested in roles here at the SEI, and especially those discussed today, please do visit our website and look for future episodes of The Intersect. Thanks for being here, Mike.
Thank you, Matt.